What if the shield doesn't just represent a hero, but an entire new world order? In today's recap, we dive deep into Captain America, Brave New World, the explosive new chapter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sam Wilson takes up the mantle, new enemies emerge, and old secrets surface. This isn't just another superhero flick. It's a political thriller wrapped in action and legacy. Let's break it all down in just 10 minutes. 5 months after Thaddeus Ross is elected President of the United States, he sends Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres, the new Captain America and Falcon, respectively, to Oaxaca, Mexico, to stop the illegal sale of classified items stolen by Sidewinder and his mercenary group Serpent. Wilson and Torres recover the items, but Sidewinder escapes. Torres is excited to be taking on Wilson's former mantle of Falcon, but Wilson is hesitant to involve Torres in dangerous missions due to the pair not having superpowers like former Captain America Steve Rogers. After the mission, Wilson and Torres train with Isaiah Bradley, a super soldier who was imprisoned and experimented on by the U.S. government. Ross invites Wilson and Torres to a summit with world leaders at the White House, and Wilson accepts on the condition that Bradley is also invited. Ross asks Wilson to help him reform the Avengers. During the summit, Ross explains that a new metal, adamantium, has been discovered on Celestial Island, which was formed when the celestial Tiamut emerged in the Indian Ocean. The recovered items were the first refined samples of the metal and were stolen from a Japanese mining operation. To avoid an arms race, Ross proposes a treaty to govern adamantium's mining and distribution. As he is talking, the song Mr. Blue plays and causes several men, including Bradley, to begin shooting at Ross and other dignitaries. Apprehended. By Ross's head of security, former Black Widow Ruth Bat Seraph, the men regain their senses and deny any knowledge of the attack. While investigating, Wilson is ambushed by Sidewinder and captures him. Torres tracks a call on Sidewinder's phone to a hidden black site in West Virginia called Camp Echo 1. Ross tries to salvage the treaty, but the Japanese government blames him for the theft of their adamantium and the subsequent White House attack. Ross realizes that the mastermind behind these events is Dr. Samuel Stearns, who gained advanced intelligence after being exposed to the blood of Bruce Banner, Wart Hulk, during the Abomination's rampage through Harlem. Ross imprisoned Stearns. At Camp Echo 1, publicly blamed him for the Abomination's actions and promised to release him if Stearns helped advance him to the presidency. Wilson and Torres find Stearns and learn how he uses technology and the song Mr. Blue to control minds. He escapes, while they are fighting mind-controlled soldiers. Ross sends Bat Seraph to secure Camp Echo 1, where she finds and helps Wilson and Torres. The trio meet with Wilson's military friend Dennis Dunphy, who has Sidewinder in custody. Wilson learns enough from Sidewinder to deduce Stearns' plan to destroy Ross's reputation. Wilson, Torres, and Bat Seraph go to Celestial Island, where Ross and Ozaki, the Prime Minister of Japan, are racing to claim ownership of adamantium. Stearns takes control of the minds of 2 American pilots and makes them attack the Japanese fleet. Wilson and Torres intercept the planes and convince the Japanese to stand down, but Torres is critically injured in the fight. Ross tells Wilson that he is dying of heart failure and had Stearns develop pills that have prolonged his life. Ross refused to release Stearns for fear that he would no longer make the pills, leading to Stearns' anger and plans for revenge. Wilson is consoled by his friend Bucky Barnes. Stearns kills Dunphy, who learned that the pills have been adding gamma radiation to Ross's body, and surrenders himself to Wilson. Stearns' arrest and connection to Ross are publicly revealed while the latter is at a press conference. Ross loses control of his emotions and transforms into a Red Hulk, destroying part of the White House. Wilson injures Ross enough that he can be reasoned with, and reminds Ross of visits to Washington, D.C.'s cherry blossom trees with his estranged daughter. Betty, Ross reverts to normal. After the incident, Bradley is exonerated. Wilson invites a recovering Torres to join the Avengers, and the treaty is ratified. Ross resigns and has himself incarcerated at the Raft, where Wilson and Betty visit him. In a post-credits scene, an imprisoned Stearns warns Wilson of a coming attack from other worlds. Captain America. Brave New World is a 2025 American superhero film based on Marvel Comics featuring the character Sam Wilson, Captain America. Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, it is the fourth installment in the Captain America film series, a continuation of the television miniseries The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 2021, and the 35th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. The film was directed by Julius Onah from a screenplay by Rob Edwards and the writing teams of Malcolm Spellman and Dallin Musson and Onah and Peter Glanz. It stars Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Captain America, alongside Danny Ramirez, Shira Haas, Carl Lumbly, Zosha Rokimore, Giancarlo Esposito, Liv Tyler, Tim Blake Nelson, and Harrison Ford. In the film, Wilson investigates a conspiracy involving U.S. President Thaddeus Ross Ford. Captain America, Civil War, 2016, ended the Captain America trilogy starring Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, and Wilson becomes the new Captain America in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Series writers Spellman and Musson were writing a new Captain America film by April 2021, and Mackie signed on that August. Onah joined in July 2022 when the title Captain America, New World Order was announced. Additional cast members joined later that year. Nelson and Tyler returned from the second MCU film, The Incredible Hulk, 2008, while Ford replaced William Hurt as Ross following Hurt's death in March 2022. Ross becomes the superpowered Red Hulk in the film. Filming took place from March to June 2023 at Trilith Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, with additional filming in Washington, D.C. The subtitle was changed to Brave New World during filming. Matthew Orton joined in December 2023 to write for reshoots, which took place between May and November 2024, and added Esposito to the film. The involvement of Edwards and Glanz was revealed that December. Captain America, Brave New World premiered on February 11, 2025, at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood, Los Angeles, and was released in the United States on February 14th as part of Phase 5 of the MCU. It has grossed $415 million worldwide, becoming the fourth highest-grossing film of 2025. The film received mixed reviews from critics for its story, connections to other MCU projects, and visual effects. The performances, particularly those of Mackie and Ford, received praise. And that wraps up our recap of Captain America, Brave New World. From intense action to bold political twists, this film reshapes what it means to carry the shield. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss our next epic movie recap. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think the real threat was? Until next time, keep watching and stay heroic.